Hey, what's going on, everybody? You're gonna hear from me like this because I lost my talking head footage, but to give you a narration of what's going on, we're essentially driving over to Dorchester, Massachusetts, which is about a half hour away. A pawn shop, actually, of all places, listed a PC for a really good deal. So I decided to head on over there. I messaged the guy. He was a little kind of weird about it. There was another person interested apparently, and I really didn't want to miss out on it. So that's what this is, and we're heading over there now.
Look at what we got here. Our cyber truck. Look at those wheels too. What's up with those wheels?
All right, guys, this is the place here. It's called Deal Zone, and they get some pretty good deals. This is in Dorchester. Hey, what's going on? Hey, I think I messaged you about the PC? Yeah. So after multiple times of explaining to plug into the GPU for the monitor, it ended up working just fine. And right after that, I dropped by one of my good friend Vu's shop. He comes up on the channel quite often. He has a shop, a mechanic shop in Dorchester. And yeah, just said hello. He also gave me a PC case. All right, everybody, so I'm here at my friend Vu's shop, and he told me to take this PC home. You probably won't be able to see it, so I turned the ISO way up. There it is. So let's get this thing out and see what's inside. And I think we can actually probably use this PC to put the other PC in swap cases or something. Yeah, let's get this thing out and look at it. So apparently some guy dropped this off and gave it to Vu for free, so he gave it to me pretty much for nothing. But there are some obvious issues here, not to mention there are really bad problems with this motherboard. The CPU is probably fine, but we'll get into that in a moment. All right, everyone, let's go over what we picked up. So, as for the iBuyPower system here, we got a little wrap on here. This is a RTX 3060 12 gigabyte. This is a PNY card. It's actually pretty nice. I've never had one of these before. Single 6-pin. Obviously, we're gonna change this. We have 32 gigs of DDR4, a pretty basic motherboard. It does have Wi-Fi, that's pretty nice. But the plan is to actually gut this whole thing out. We'll save this case for a cheaper system, and we're gonna use this nice, super airy, leanly, really disgusting, look how disgusting the case is. It's really bad. So we're gonna have to clean this out. This is also pretty funny too. Whoever built this PC left all of the component, or the screws and stuff brand new in the box. So I don't know, maybe they had like extra screws or something. But yeah, this is a nice land cool case. It's got a bunch of fans. Actually, this is how you open it, like that. And then you open the glass. And Vu, thank you, sir, if you see this video, threw in a 8100 and this, I want to say it's like a Z370, Z390 Strix motherboard. You guys see all that right there? That is cockroach doo-doo. And that was also what was inside of the PC case and also what caused it to rust. Now this is actually icy profile alcohol. If you ever see this like this, you can do exactly this and wipe it off. But believe it or not, it could actually damage the motherboard. That's right. Cockroach doo-doo can damage the motherboard. So this is kind of a weird, ironic spot for a shout out to Vu, because Vu has hooked me up year after year, time after time. The guy is awesome, so I really don't want to complain, but I am very happy that I did not bring this inside of the house, because holy crap, this was like next level cockroach everywhere. I did clean it out. Unfortunately, the case had just as much crap going on in it, and you'll see that in just a second. I took all of it apart. And unfortunately, when like cockroach poop is there, it can actually cause rust. And as you'll see there in the corner, there's rust in like random spots. So I almost gave up on this PC case. Might be one of the most insane things, but I cannot figure out how to get that LandCool 2 hard drive cage out. I can't get it out anywhere. Like, oh my god, insane. I literally went from every side. That's so funny that it happened right on camera. So after thoroughly cleaning this, I decided that it was a good idea to paint the spots that look like they had rust and issues. So we're gonna jump to that, and yeah, let's hope that it looks okay. Oh, you're so cute. It was so sad I was hanging out with the dogs. So I didn't want to rough this up too much because of some of the bubbling and like weird areas. So what I did is I used some Scotch-Brite to basically rough up the surface, and then I did about 6 coats. I also used some clear coating to make sure that the rest of the components and parts that I was painting came out good and they were able to not chip or flake off easily. So I let the case dry overnight, and it's the next morning. We're gonna check it out. There's still a few like questionable things that I don't love, but overall I think it came out pretty good. So I left the inside black still, just because I didn't want the overspray, and like I just don't want it to be, I don't know, too bright. I think it looks good that way. There is a mark right here I just noticed. And then right here, you can still see a little spot. But overall, I mean, we're talking way better than it was before. The front looks pretty good. There's some tiny little like blemishes here and there, but overall, I think it looks pretty cool. And then over to the back side, we have, I painted these little covers that they actually weren't in the case. Vu gave me a box and they were in that box. But unfortunately, the basement still has a couple little rust spots. I'm gonna get a black paint marker and just touch it up. The other thing I decided to do, and it's kind of pay it forward, Vu gave me a whole bunch of fans, and I think that these white fans will look pretty cool in here. Normally, I wouldn't do like a black and white theme like that, but because there is this silver effect going on, I think it'll look pretty good to have like the white and silver. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna go check out the PC that's been running heaven for hours now. All right, here's the iBuyPower Pawn Shop PC, running heaven, still going very well, 65C. It is rather cold in our house, but that's a decent temperature. Also, I think I'm gonna be replacing the iBuyPower power supply. Usually they're junk, so we're gonna put this smart 600 watt in there. Not too much better than what's in there, to be honest, but it's a name brand, and I think it'll do a better job. Let's do this. If you guys are wondering what that power supply was, it's a 600 watt high power, which actually is better than some of the other brands that they use. I'm still gonna be using the Thermaltake power supply, so we'll save this for something else. Papa.
What are you doing?
So I'm not gonna lie, this case is pretty cool because you can throw these covers on there to clean up the mess, but then why put the tempered glass on the back anyways? Like, I'm not sure if they were trying to like meet a quota or something like that. It kind of just seems backwards. You're covering up the wires, which you would put the glass on to see your wiring job. I don't know. Tell me I'm wrong. Here's a little Easter egg for all those who stayed this far into the video. What the hell is that? Anyway, drop a like, subscribe, and let's go test this computer. Alrighty, guys, it is Black Ops 6 time, and a couple things about this game. Noticed it's a bit harder to run than last year's game. Not sure if that's just optimization that they need to go over. On my 4090, I get about like 20 to 30 FPS less on average, maybe somewhere around there. Depends on the map. It's very map specific. That being said, I know a 3060 can definitely run Modern Warfare 3 pretty well. I want to make this as, how do you say, well-balanced, well-rounded. I don't need it to be like at the lowest of low settings. I want it to be like pretty good looking and run above like 100 FPS. So let's see if we can get to that. All right, everybody, we are in Call of Duty, and I'm doing a private match right now. Reason for that is on my own system, a few other systems I've tested, doing a public match at the moment with the game being so brand new and the servers kind of being a little all over the place. I've seen different performance metrics almost every time I get into a match. So just to give you guys a better understanding of like what the performance is like here. As for settings, I am on a mixture of high and low. Actually, I'm gonna get killed right now. Hold on. I died. All right, so we're gonna go back to the settings here. I'm not saying that these are the recommended settings, but just check these out for now. So we have Fidelity CAS on instead of DLSS. I got low texture resolution, which it doesn't look that bad on the screen. A few things like detail and stuff I left on high. It kind of like offsets it in my opinion. And then this actually should be on minimal, but it depends. It's one of those things. If you have problems, then change it to minimal. Everything else, medium, low, like shadows, always put the shadows on low. And yeah, so let's actually turn DLSS on and see if it actually bumps up our performance at all. We were getting about 90 to 100 FPS before, and now we're kind of around the same, to be honest. It's not actually going up too much. All right, these bots are kicking my ass. That's ridiculous. I'm gonna kill a few bots real quick. But overall, I mean, like, this is a really good experience. Still, all these years later, the 3060 is, quite a few years old at this point, and it still kicks ass, honestly. Finishing up on the benchmark, we got an average of 78 FPS with a low of 63, a 1% low, I guess that means, first low, 58. And packet loss, no issues there. We were using the upscaling, which this is kind of weird actually, because the game is dropping the render resolution and keeps applying Fidelity CAS and is not allowing me to apply DLSS quality or balanced. I am not sure why that's happening. I think it's like some kind of an issue or something like that. Another thing I should have done is put this at unlocked. It doesn't really matter. We're not getting anywhere near that frame rate. This is also a 75 hertz screen, so it doesn't matter. But just a couple things to keep note. So yeah, 78 FPS. Let's see, do we have any sort of bottleneck here? No, not, well, let's see. Hold on, bottleneck, yep, 100% on the GPU. So this is a well-balanced system. You're talking about a card and a CPU that work very well together. All right, guys, that's pretty much gonna do it for the video. Let me know what you think about this system. I think it came out pretty cool. I do have an 8-pin coming in that I'm gonna replace that with, and so I can post it on the market. I don't wanna post it with the black 2 6-pin thing going on. The reason why I did that is because the stock Thermaltake power cable was really ugly with the yellow on there. So yeah, anyway, that's gonna do it. What do you think of the PC? Let me know down in the comments, and drop a like on the video if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.